Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
We're the TheRcSaylors, and we're out at our airfield today to show you a first flight video of the Xiro Xplorer Mini. Now we did an unboxing just a couple days ago, so be sure to check that out if you want to see everything that comes in the box for the Xiro Xplorer Mini. Now what we're going to do in this video is show you what you need to know to get this in the air for the first time. This is a first flight video. I have not updated the firmware. This is using the same Xiro Xplorer app as the regular Xiro Xplorer, and it is a little windy. You can see the box is flapping in the wind here, so when we get it in the air, bear with us on the wind. So let's just jump right to it. With my batteries charged, I'm not going to use the prop guards and all my extra gear. Everything that I need for the Xplorer Mini is in here. Instructions and everything, but I don't need that anymore. All I need is this and my phone. Just an update for you guys before we move on. I did get the wrong outlet, and I have a small $1.50 converter that I was able to use to get this charged. It worked out just fine. So just in case you're wondering, I do have a converter. I left that at the house though. So it's very simple to get this in the air for your first flight. You just need to download the Xiro Xplorer app. This is a Samsung phone. It's an Android phone, and Abby has an iPhone, and it works just fine on that too. The Xiro app looks just like this. But before we connect anything, we want to unfold our arms. So just to point that out, there's a little button on the bottom of the arm. You just press it and then unfold the arm. Simple, and you want to listen for it to click into place. So we'll do this side too. All four arms. And now I have this loosely fit on here just because it's easier access for when I want to plug the battery in. I just have the magnet holding it on rather than being snapped in, and then I like to just sit the battery in here not connected until I'm ready to fly, so I know it doesn't have the ability to get power. And then it's very simple when you push this to lock it in. Listen for a click. Little click right there, and you see that tab lock in, and we know we're locked in place. Now I'm going to take this and just snap it on. Now this is kind of important. Pay attention to when you're snapping it on. Make sure you press down and actually get it to click in place. You don't just want those magnets holding it on. You want it to be a little more secure than that. So it's got a lot of points along it here that clicks in place. I think we're good and secure. So now I want to go over to the gravel. It's been raining a lot. So I'm going to go over to the gravel where it's dry and get this in the air, not under this canopy where we are now. We want to hold the power button on the bottom of the drone for just a few seconds. And then I'll set it down. While it's powering on, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my Wi-Fi in settings and connect my phone to the drone with Wi-Fi. That was it turning on. So we get asked all the time, do you need data or internet service to fly something that uses Wi-Fi? The answer is no. The quadcopter or the drone emits its own Wi-Fi signal that you connect to. You do not need mobile data at all.
Internet.
So it's internet, yeah. So you go to Wi-Fi on your phone and just find Xplorer Mini and connect to it. The default password is in your instruction booklet. Now we're just going to go here to our Xiro app and wait for that to boot up. We go to Xplorer Mini. Remember, they do have the regular Explorer, and the 4K I think is coming out soon.
And the gimbal handheld is on there too.
Yes, but we go to Xplorer Mini. Again, I did not update the firmware on the drone or the app, just default updates. And here we are already in and ready to take off, ready to go. One thing to point out is you do have camera control. See, you can aim up and down, which is very cool. Nice feature to control while you are flying. For your first flight, you want to make sure you calibrate your drone. Anytime you're flying in a new location, you want to calibrate your drone. The instructions do an amazing job at telling you how to do that, but basically you hold the drone horizontally, spin in a circle, the lights will change on the drone, you aim it vertically down, spin in a circle, and the lights will change and you reset your drone. It's a very simple process.
If you go into your menu or the three dots in your app, it will actually walk you through that too.
Right, very easy to do. But anytime you fly in a new location, it's very important that you do that. We want to start the motors down in the bottom right. It's asking, are you sure you want to? We say okay. I'll come to you, Abby. And then we just want to press take off, and it will go ahead and take off on its own. Now we are dealing with wind, so there's going to be a lot of buffering going on. There's no gimbal, but you should not see any jello. Alright, let's see what flight mode I'm in really quickly. I'm in the regular controlled stick flight mode, but here's a tip. The first time we took off, I only had altitude and yaw control, and I thought that was really odd. I wondered what was going on. Well, as it turns out, there's a unique flight mode that what you have to do is press the right stick, and then as you're pressing it, you can tilt to fly. Now, I'm not in that flight mode now because I thought that was a little odd, but don't worry if yours is doing that when you take off. If the right stick isn't working, it is. It just has that unique flight mode. Kinda
There's
like
actually several flight modes and different ways you can customize the flight to suit you.
So as you can see, it's extremely easy to get this Xiro Xplorer Mini set up and flying. I mean, this is probably the easiest drone other than a toy drone that I've ever been able to get in the air.
And this does have altitude hold, which means as soon as you use your throttle to gain height, if you let go of the control sticks, it's going to maintain that
So I just
height
let go right there.
or
And
altitude.
So that's not just altitude hold, it's in a GPS. So
Yes, that uses GPS.
yeah, and even with wind here, you can see it's locked in place right there, not moving around at all because of the GPS. I have 16 GPS locked right now, so it's very cool. 16 satellites, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it lets you see how many satellites are connected, and if you ever lose so many satellites, it'll turn yellow, and then if you don't have enough satellites, it'll be red.
Yeah.
It's a really nice feature that Xiro implemented just a few months ago, actually. Didn't always used to have it.
In this video, we're just going to kind of fly this around a little bit to show you the quality of the camera and just having a little fun with it. In a future video, I'm going to show you guys some of the flight modes. So if you want to see something like follow me and circle me, those sort of things, then be sure to tune in later because we will have more on the Xiro Mini.
Also guys, another tip with what Nathan was saying with compass calibration before you do flights in different locations, make sure you're not around metal buildings, metal fences.
That's right.
That's really important with making sure the compass gets calibrated correctly.
Yeah, that's a good tip, Abby.
Well, I'm saying that because we're surrounded by metal right now.
Well, yeah, but we have already calibrated.
Yes.
Now, we're in this really small window of we've been getting tons of rain and tons of wind, and it's been awful.
You didn't finish what you were saying.
Oh, sorry, I'm focused on flying. We've been getting a lot of bad weather. Super windy, super rainy, super cold, and this is just a tiny, tiny window in between rainstorms. You can see how swampy it is. Look, I'll pan over and show them the track. It is just swampy right now.
All right, so I think you need to test the flying ability of this, Nathan.
Okay, well, I'm flying in safe mode right now, and it has a lot of different. It has like a beginner mode and advanced mode. I'll show that in the flight mode video, I think. But I will take this out a little farther just so they can see a little bit of a range test. Let's take this out. Everyone's going to want to know how far away can it fly.
We never fly out of sight though.
Right.
Never.
There's no need to.
It's not safe to do that.
And so right now I've already lost my personal orientation. Looking at the drone, can't see the lights anymore, and I could not tell you which way is facing which way, only by how I'm flying. So I still have, let me show them, because that's really far away. I still have perfect video, no lag at all. I know it's a little dark, but that's because it's so dark out here.
And no static.
Oh, no static at all, no. This is crystal clear. Let me just take my hands off the controls so they can still see that.
Yeah.
See? Yes? No?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. But anyway, I mean, there's absolutely no static. So I cannot see orientation, but thankfully my Wi-Fi signal is really strong. It does show me at the top that I've got 2 out of 4 bars, and I'm 80 meters away right now. I'm 10 meters high. I am now 90 meters away. And I'm starting to get just a little bit of pixelation. So 93 meters. I think they boast 100 meters, is that right? There's 95. We'll go out to 100 meters away. There is 100 meters. And it dropped down to 240p for my preview because it's getting far away. It told me on screen. It was like, hey, you know, you're not getting a great signal because you're like as far away as you should be. So we're gonna fly back.
Right, this is a Wi-Fi quad, not 5.8 gigahertz, so your signal isn't gonna work as well.
Well, I mean, it's actually crystal clear.
It works very well, but it's not gonna be as good as 5.8 gigahertz. There's no lag and no static right now, but you're not gonna get the distance. You gotta think of it like a Wi-Fi signal in your house. You know, it at a certain point, the signal isn't going to be as strong.
I think it all depends on your setup. I actually disagree with you.
Okay, whatever.
Because I've had some 5.8 gigahertz that won't go that far.
True.
So this is actually a really, really good Wi-Fi signal. I'm really happy with this. I didn't think it would work as well as it is. 100 meters, that's really far for a Wi-Fi signal. This is a selfie drone, so it's designed. Someone's bombing you with notifications. And there we are. There's 20 meters, just to give you a reference on distance. So you're going to have those red lights on the front of your drone, and then the back should always have those green blinking lights when you have a GPS lock. It flies so well, so smooth with those brushless motors, very nice and quiet. I cannot wait to show you guys the features. You're texting, aren't you?
No, I was going to ask Siri a question, but you wouldn't stop talking. I wanted to know, convert 100 meters to feet.
328.08 feet.
There you go, 328 feet.
What percentage of a mile is that?
I don't know, isn't there like 5,250 some feet in a mile?
I don't know, is it a tenth of a mile? Quarter of a mile? Ask Siri, that's what you...
Siri, how many feet
How can I help you?
How many feet are in a mile?
It's 5,200.
Oh, I was close. My dad is so disappointed right now.
Yeah.
But I did not remember that.
I was following that truck.
So, yeah, it's not even a tenth of a mile.
Well, that's fine. That's
just letting you know.
So let's see if we can actually fly this.
Feet.
Like if we wanted to film a subject, how would it do? Let's say the building is our subject. We're still flying high. We'll just kind of swing it around here. I like the video quality. The preview is amazing.
There you go.
Yeah, but now they can see the recording, and I think it looks great. We've got members out today. Even though it's rainy, they came out to fly. I think WJ is getting his stuff ready. There he's throwing. I can see him throwing. Oh, there we go. It's telling me that my preview is at 240p just because I'm behind that metal building.
Here comes somebody. Nope, you're going to the bathroom.
Okay, let's bring her back.
Come back. I don't hear you.
Kind of far away, yeah. So I'm coming back around. For a selfie drone, this thing, oops, there we go.
So why is it called a selfie drone?
I think because it's kind of close range. It's a simple thing to bring around with you. Like you don't have to have a transmitter and stuff. Yeah, nice and compact. You would want to take video selfies with it.
Where are you?
Coming behind the building. Here in just a second, you should see me. Pretty far away, right there.
Where?
Super awesome drone. You know, we're only at 45% battery right now, so the flight time is awesome.
Yeah, we're at like 9 minutes?
9.5 minutes is what I have on here. Some of that, probably about a 9-minute flight so far, yeah, with 40% battery. Now I have it set at 30%. It will come back and land itself, and I think that's a good point because I want to save the health of my batteries. Bring it down a little bit. Let's record the track a little bit.
Now, if you haven't figured it out already, we did briefly fly this for just a few minutes the other day, and we got to look at the video footage already.
And it looks amazing.
And there was no jello. Now, you're not going to get the smooth stabilization that you would if you had a gimbal, but keep in mind a gimbal makes a quad bulkier.
And costs more.
And it costs more, obviously. So if you're wanting something extremely compact that is going to have a pretty good picture, it's just not going to have, you know, like the DJI Inspire 1, if you all have seen that. We flew that in high winds and jerked it around, and it just looked like it never even moved.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to get that with this, but you are eliminating the jello, and it did an amazing job at doing that.
What you're getting with this is portability, okay? You can get the Xiro Xplorer V for about the same price as this, and that has the gimbal. But you're getting bigger bulk, and just the portability is not there. So if you're a type of person that wants portability, this drone's for you. We are at about 35% battery, so I am going to go ahead and land this.
Yeah, you don't want it to land in the...
Well, it flies back to hold it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when it wants to land, which is really nice. You could be far away and it'll fly back and land at hold. But because it's wet, I don't want it to miss the spot at all, and I'm just going to go ahead and manually land it.
So this drone, or quadcopter, or selfie drone, has a lot of features.
So let me hit land here. So I'm just hit landing right there. It'll land itself.
It has several other features that we are going to try out in some future videos or video. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
So make sure you stay tuned for all that. This is just the first flight for you guys.
If you're interested in this, we'll have it linked in the description box below. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video, and hopefully some feature videos on all the features of this drone.
Bye.